environmental sustainability. Today I'm here to talk about textiles and textile waste and what we can do about it and how we can be a part of the solution. We all wear clothes, of course, but the fast fashion industry, it's the second largest abuser of our planet. It's responsible for 10% carbon emissions, 10% waste that gets dumped, and a lot of water pollution and unethical work. So what is the underlying, so why is this happening, right? And I think that the reason is there is a lot of overconsumption that drives overproduction, and we are stuck in this vicious cycle where we are buying more and more new clothes, and more of this low quality stuff is getting pumped into the markets by the fast fashion and ultra fast fashion industries. It's of course lower in cost because of all the pollution and all of the unethical work standards that happen, but then we are still buying them. So how do we get out of this cycle? And this is where we hear about the problem, but let's now shift gears into how we can be a part of the solution. So let's switch over, and please feel free to look at the posters. So what we have today is we have production, consumption, and disposal of textiles, and it's a very linear model. And we need to switch that around and make that a more circular model. And what does that mean? So we need to switch from use and throw culture into a use and share culture, which means that it doesn't mean we stop buying, right? We do need to buy things, and this applies not just to textiles, it also applies to other consumer goods. But when we buy anything, are we using it to the fullest? According to latest studies, we've seen that the average American wears an item of clothing 7 to 10 times before discarding it. And that's that's not the situation we want to be in. We want to learn how to appreciate what we have and use it well. That's how we were raised, that's how our culture has been. And then share it. It could be within the family, it could be among friends, within the community, but give it another life, give it that other chance where people can reuse it again. And that means we are trying to keep it away from landfill while also using it to the maximum. So that is the circularity model, where we keep using it for as long as possible. Now what happens after? At some point we can't use it anymore. And so then there is a responsible way to dispose of it. But even before that, can we upcycle it? Can we convert it into a different form of that particular clothing, where it was not produced with that intent? We brought in clothes that are in good shape. We may no longer have use for it, but maybe someone else can. And then we pick up clothes from here. So let's say we brought in 2 and we picked up 2 clothes. That's 2 less clothes that we're going to buy new. So that's how we can drive down the overproduction that's happening. And by effect, we are reducing the pollution and everything else that's happening. So how do we shop sustainably? How do we be more sustainable around clothing?